To talk about President Trump's first 100 days, our political analyst Brian Sobel and University of San Francisco professor James Taylor. Let's start with both of you here. How do you think the administration is doing after 100 days?
Well, I think if you are a supporter of Donald Trump, he's doing great. 98% of those who voted for him said they would vote for him again. They're happy. They're completely content. They think he's the best thing since FDR, maybe Abraham Lincoln. But if you're on the opposite side, then you see complete rank incompetence and rank failure.
Brian, what about you?
Well, my own view is that we're seeing a presidency in fits and starts. I think he's had his successes. He's had his marked failures. I think that it's an administration that's learning how to administer the country. And so the first 100 days, you'd probably maybe give him a C or something like that. But he's learning how to be president now, Frank, and this is the education of a president.
The president has shown a willingness to use the military in Syria and in Afghanistan, but what about North Korea? The president has focused a lot of energy on the threat there, even today busing in senators to the White House to brief them on the situation there. Your thoughts as to how the situation in North Korea is unfolding?
Pretty much as I think expected, in the sense that a lot of bluster that's been going on from North Korea for a lot of years, and I think our military experts and other people realize that this is a protracted situation that's not going to be solved easily, and probably have to utilize the Chinese as a main component in a solution here. Yeah,
James, your thought on what the role the Chinese should play?
And I think the Chinese are the key player to sort of managing the Koreans and reining them in. We saw throughout the Obama administration, every 4th of July, every key holiday, some testing of these missiles to provoke America. And so Donald Trump is on the scene saying, we're not going to allow this, and we're revising this policy. And as much as liberals may, shun this, it may be necessary to confront this regime directly, because it is not going away, and it even stated today that it intends to test nuclear weapons permanently, and this is not reasonable going forward.
Brian, let's talk about the tax code proposal today, a big boost for corporations. What about individuals, especially in highly taxed states like California?
Well, we'll see how it plays out. What we have seen now in the first 100 days is that these plans are rolled out, they're sent up the flagpole, everybody deals with it, and then there's a lot of negotiation. I think if we've learned anything about this president so far, it's that he throws a lot of stuff out there, and it's more of a
kind of sees what comes back.
Exactly, and so it's more of a situation where he feels like, if I put it out there and I'm very aggressive, I'll get what I want. That's a sort of a business person's view of how you negotiate a deal.
Yeah, I think he's acting more like a CEO and not the commander-in-chief of the armed forces in terms of his governing style. I think he has to take a step back, learn from Bill Clinton. What Bill Clinton did masterfully was this strategy of governing called triangulation, where he basically ran at the top of the pyramid against both parties. And I think that's what he has to do, is become the American people's president by running against both parties, his own party and the Democrats, because that's where the tension is coming from. The real tension for Donald Trump is coming from the Freedom Caucus, and that's where his ongoing sort of thorn in the flesh is going to be, is coming from his own party, not from the opposition party, which is too weak to really affect him.
We don't have much time. I want to quickly touch on that, the Freedom Caucus. Republicans are making a new push to repeal and replace Obamacare. The House Freedom Caucus today said it supports the new revised bill, which they firmly were against on the first round. What will that mean moving forward?
It means the second 100 days of Donald Trump will be way better than the first, and I think we need to get off of this arbitrary 100-day measure that we have had for 80 years.
Yes.
What will Donald Trump do in the next 100, the third 100, and the next 4 years?
All right.
Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us. Appreciate it.